Good evening and welcome to this edition of Newsleader on 6. Today is Tuesday, August 18th, 2015. I'm Jim Fuller.
And I'm Andrew Todd. In tonight's news, electric customers will see a cut in the TVA fuel cost surcharge, but won't see much change in their overall utility bill. Coffee County is among a group of counties suing the governor and others for over-education funding. We'll talk to State Representative Jeb Matheny. We'll speak with a registered dietitian about the nutritional needs of senior citizens. And we'll speak to Tullahoma Police Chief Paul Blackwell about how business owners can improve their crime prevention procedures. We'll have all that and more on tonight's Newsleader on 6.
It's new car discount season at Stan McNabb Chevy, and we have prices that'll beat anybody else. New vehicles up to $17,000 off. Check out this brand new 2015 Chevy Equinox, over $4,000 off. Chevy, Buick, GMC, Cadillac. Stan McNabb has all the new car brands you love in one location. And don't forget, we'll match or beat any dealer's price or give you a check for $500. And check us out online or schedule your service at stanmcnabb.com.
Let the Smokehouse be your mountain getaway destination in beautiful Monteagle, Tennessee. Enjoy our cabins, restaurant, and old general store. Shop thesmokehouse.com featuring homemade barbecue sauces, jellies, and many other fine Tennessee products. Our live Music on the Mountain series features some of the best local and Nashville talent every Friday and Saturday night, 6:30 p.m. No cover, kids welcome.
There's no place like home.
Getting home safely is just a click away. And choosing the right seat for your little one's age and size will take you down the road to safer travels.
How can I ever thank you enough?
Visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
Welcome back. Southern Middle Tennessee Power customers will enjoy a cut in the fuel cost surcharge imposed by the Tennessee Valley Authority next month, but a higher base rate for electricity means the cost of energy is still about 4% higher than last year. TVA is expected to adjust base rates up again when it meets next Friday in Knoxville. TVA is reducing payroll and cutting other costs as it works to trim operating costs by $500 million. Agency spokesman Scott Brooks says the reduction in the fuel cost surcharge results from lower than projected natural gas and other purchase power cost. Fuel costs amount to about 1/3 of the average homeowner's electric bill. Utility President Bill Johnson says net income for the federal agency amounted to $609 million for the first 9 months in fiscal year 2015. That's up from $147 million from the same period a year ago. TVA has trimmed 2,000 jobs in the last 2 years and plans to eliminate 200 more jobs next year. The utility says it has or will close 5 of its coal-powered plants in Tennessee, Alabama, and Kentucky to meet pollution regulations and adjust to shifting energy demands.
Governor Bill Haslam, leaders of the General Assembly, and state school board members have been specifically named in a lawsuit filed by Coffee County and 6 other school systems, alleging the state is depriving students of their constitutional right to a free and equal public education. The Chattanooga Times Free Press says the previously filed suit has been amended to name Haslam, House Speaker Beth Harwell, and Lieutenant Governor Ron Ramsey as defendants. The state's education commissioner and state school board members are also named. The school systems, including Marion and Hamilton counties, are also asking for class action status. School leaders say the state has underfunded them under the basic education program, not covering the true cost of running schools and paying teacher benefits, including insurance. The systems claim the state is underfunding public education by hundreds of millions of dollars. The state has requested dismissal of the suit. That motion is set to be heard on August 28th.
A federal judge has blocked the state of Tennessee from enforcing new state restrictions on abortion clinics operating in Davidson and Sullivan counties. The injunction by Judge Kevin Sharp gives the clinics more time to meet new regulations required of abortion providers based on legislation passed by the General Assembly earlier this year. The new law requires abortion clinics to be certified as ambulatory surgical centers. The law also requires women to receive in-person physician counseling and wait 48 hours before obtaining an abortion. A separate lawsuit has been filed challenging the constitutionality of the new restrictions.
Governor Bill Haslam is bringing his transportation funding roadshow to Nashville on Thursday amid increasing skepticism among fellow Republicans in the legislature about the need to raise Tennessee's gas tax. The governor launched the 15-stop tour in Memphis last week as he seeks to draw attention to the transportation funding challenges facing the state. Governor Haslam says no magic bullet exists to solve Tennessee's underfunded transportation system, and he expects to propose some increase in user taxes or fees during his second term in office. The Republican chief executive says increased fuel economy and alternative fuel savings have cut revenue derived from the state on gasoline, which hasn't been adjusted in more than 20 years. He also blames the state's highway problems on the GOP-controlled Congress, which has failed to fund a national transportation bill.
We'll be right back in a moment with more Newsleader on 6.
The wait is finally over. The 2015 50th anniversary Ford Mustang is finally here. This is one awesome vehicle. Let me give you a few stats on this V8 Mustang. 435 horsepower, independent rear suspension, 25 miles per gallon, and this is the one you've been waiting for. 0 to 60 in 4.4 seconds. Don't blink an eye or you'll miss it. Come by Russell Barnett Ford of Tullahoma and Winchester and check it out. The 2015 Mustang, the all-new redesign, will leave you speechless.
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
When your family suffers the loss of a loved one, the caring and compassionate staff at Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel are standing by to assist you in every way possible. We are proud to support local industry and offer only Batesville caskets. Many funeral homes don't own or operate a crematory. We utilize the only crematory in Coffee County. Your loved one never leaves Coffee County. We can accommodate any need and any budget. Consider our complete pre-need service to remove this burden from your family during their time of grief. Lock in today's low costs and protect from inflation. Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel. Our family caring for your family.
Welcome back. Tonight we bring you the third and final installment of John Gray's interview with State Representative Judd Matheny. In this segment, Representative Matheny talks about interference from the federal government.
Federal government, unfortunately, now they believe that we're incapable of responsible decision making, that we're incapable of taking care of ourselves as individuals, and that we need government. We must have government in order to be safe every day, in order to be prosperous. And they're very antithetical opinions, and I think the federal government's squarely on the losing side with that. They definitely are in Tennessee. So we're going to continue to push back as a states' rights group. Another place you're seeing us push back hard is the attack on our heritage. This whole business about removing the Confederate flag from monuments and removing monuments and changing the names of our history, you can't do that. You cannot erase your past and ever have a future that is not going to repeat those mistakes of the past. Our heritage is our heritage and our history is our history. In Tennessee, we've passed a law that forbids local governments from removing any state monuments or state parks, etc., without the approval of the Tennessee General Assembly.
Right.
And so we're a little bit ahead of the curve there. In order to remove the bust of Nathan Bedford Forrest and close Nathan Bedford Forrest State Park and do some of these other things, it's going to have to go through the Tennessee General Assembly eventually. And I pledge to the viewers here that I will never vote to remove our history and our heritage of this country. Whether you're proud of it or you're not, it is part of our history and our heritage, and it's something that must be taught, something that must be remembered, and something that must be learned from. And once again, this national political correctness we're in, we're going to try to remain reasonable and calm throughout it all and not allow it to take us down. Let's talk about terrorism a minute. Folks that have followed me politically know that for 6 years I've led the fight in the Tennessee General Assembly against terrorism, especially against Islamic extremism. And we passed at first the most stringent laws in the state of Tennessee of any state in the Union 6 years ago to deal with attacks called, basically we adopted the federal law that allowed our local prosecutors to go after anybody that was providing material support to a known terrorist entity. And the U.S. Department of State lists those known terrorist entities. And we also passed laws that allow victims of terrorism to be able to go back and go after those entities that help support terrorism and seize their assets We've reduced the number of foreign teachers that can come and teach at any one time in any one institution. We've capped those percentage points. We passed a law that only Tennessee laws can be heard in Tennessee courts. No influences from any foreign governments. Almost every one of the laws that I've just mentioned, it's only a fraction of the ones we've passed, have been emulated in many other states. Right. Some of them in as many as 20 or 30 states. What we have set ourselves up for is we are more than prepared to react to a terrorist attack. We can go after the bad guys and we can prosecute them hard and hit them hard, but our governor has not taken the tools that Janet Napolitano, then the Secretary of Homeland Security, told the states to pass in 2011, which Senator Ketchner and I passed, which is empower your local law enforcement with enforcing these laws. We did that, but the governor has ignored allowing our local law enforcement to be able to properly enforce these. He has not helped us in teaching our local law enforcement how to do forensic investigations on terrorism, money, accounting, investigations, etc. Make no mistake, folks, there are hundreds of millions of dollars worth of terrorist money laundering going on right now in Tennessee. There's some specific examples going on in West Tennessee. Just 3 years ago, there was one in Mount Juliet, Tennessee that was part of a $300 million Hezbollah ring. Tennessee has allowed these entities to park here and raise money to finance these organizations. Plus, our mosques have radicalized individuals. Now on 2 occasions, one in Nashville Mosque radicalized Carlos Bledsoe, who killed a recruiter in Little Rock, Arkansas in 2009. And then just recently, the tragedy in Chattanooga, where an individual was radicalized at a mosque in Franklin, Tennessee, in Cool Springs, then committed his terrorist attack in Hamilton County. Politico magazine just named Tennessee as the hotbed for jihad in the United States. We are the seed state for it. We have had a governor that has been asleep at the wheel on the problem. The General Assembly has not been, and we hope the governor will wake up. He is not seeming to, but we're going to keep pushing. And if you've read any of my editorials, they're online now. Enough is Enough Part 1 and Enough is Enough Part 2. They'll detail it in pretty well.
We'll be right back after these messages.
I'm Philip Bourne, Stamping Nab Detail Shop Manager. Here are a few things our customers have to say about our service.
I always recommend Stamping Nab Detail Shop to all of my friends. I'm always so impressed by how quickly they can return your vehicle back to you. It's always spotless, and I'm always very impressed.
Spotless, clean. I was really amazed.
It looks like a brand new car when I get it back.
We have several different packages and individual services to get your vehicle looking like new again. We're located just behind Stamping Nab Chevrolet dealership. Call today, schedule an appointment, and see what the difference our detail can make.
Hey everybody, I'm John Harris.
My name is Cass Barnes.
We just wanted to make you all aware of the first annual Tullahoma Alumni Coffee Pot game. It's going to be at Coffee County Middle School on their varsity football field. It's going to be September 19th, 2015.
I'm playing quarterback and I'm one of the team captains.
Also a team captain, I'm playing left guard and defensive tackle. This is very important that we get community support and involvement with this program. It's going to be one of the biggest revenue generators for the Tullahoma Quarterback Club, and we're estimating anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 of additional revenue that we could start bringing in to the Tullahoma Quarterback Club on a residual basis for each of these games that we do. So we look forward to your support and hope to see you there.
To come out and support your Tullahoma Wildcats.
Welcome back. Newsleader's Peggy Burton spoke recently with Lois Tormalin, registered dietitian with the Life Care Center in Tullahoma, about the nutritional needs of our senior citizens.
And I have Lois Tormalin with me today. Hi, Lois.
Hello.
I'm so glad I got your name right.
Thank you.
I'm never
Very
really
nice
sure.
to meet you,
And you're a nurse.
No, ma'am, I'm a registered dietitian.
Oh, a registered dietitian.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
We're going to talk about the diet of some of the patients.
Sure.
At the nursing home here in Tullahoma. Are you doing for both?
I also go to Lynchburg Nursing Center, which is a life care
facility. And I hear good things about them.
Well, thank you.
I really do. I've known somebody that went there.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And we think we have 2 fine facilities right
and so
here in
what
Middle
actually,
Tennessee.
as a dietitian, but I know you don't cook the meals, but what is it you do?
As a dietitian, it's my responsibility to go in, Peggy, and assess every individual that comes in to our nursing facility.
Well, that's encouraging.
You know, we have patients that come for short-term rehab, and then we have others that come for long-term care. But we individually do a nutritional assessment on every resident.
On every resident that comes in, and you make sure that they're getting a balanced diet, if at all possible?
Absolutely.
And at the same time try to keep them happy?
Yes. We look at their height, their weight, their skin integrity, their lab work.
Do you find a lot of people come in dehydrated?
Yes, ma'am. Unfortunately, they do sometimes. So we want to make sure we assess for their calorie needs, their protein needs, their fluid needs, and we look at what diet that doctor's ordered, and then we work with the doctors and the nurse practitioners to make sure it is an appropriate
And you're probably
diet for
looking,
them.
if they have teeth, can they chew it?
Absolutely. That's a real important thing. Many of our older adults do have chewing problems or swallowing problems. All care centers are required to have a registered dietitian on staff or in consultation.
And obviously, nutrition has a lot to do with many things.
Yes, ma'am, it does. If a person is not well nourished, well hydrated, they're not going to participate well in the therapy that's going on. They're going to want to stay in bed, not get out, not socialize.
Depression will set in, probably.
Yes, ma'am. It's just a vicious cycle. So we work very hard with our families also, have regular care plan meetings. We value our family input. This is their home, Peggy, and we want to make mealtime a good time for them, a pleasant time for them. They look forward to their 3 meals a day. We have several dining areas, and we also assess, do they need help with eating? Can they feed themselves?
Sort of what is their schedule? Do they go to the dining room for the 3 meals?
That is their choice.
If they can.
That is their choice.
Yeah.
They're allowed, the dining room's open for all 3 meals, and then on each wing we have a day room that some residents prefer to eat there in the day room. But we just really want it to be their home.
And how long have you been doing this?
This will show my age, Becky.
Well, that's all right.
Been doing this over 20 years.
Well, you're
associated
obviously
with
doing a good job, because I hear good things.
I appreciate that, and I do have a passion for working
what you're
with older
doing.
Adults.
So your hours are like what, 9 to 5 or something
I am
like that?
there actually once a week on Tuesday and then on Thursdays in Lynchburg. We have full-time certified dietary managers that I work with very, very closely that also assist in visiting the residents and assessing them and all. You know, there's lots of coming and going. People being admitted, people being discharged.
And some people there for a short time, some for long term.
Rehab. And those are ones that might need, Peggy, a more restrictive diet if they're younger, had a knee replacement, maybe going home afterwards.
Do you ever find that any of the patients kind of fight what they're going to eat? Do they rebel sometimes?
Yes, ma'am. And we work very closely to get rid of or take away the restrictive diet and make it more like they're used to eating.
So if they really want some ice cream, they're going to get it?
They absolutely
remember that when I get there, okay?
Yes, ma'am. They'll get a little piece of apple pie to go with that ice cream.
There you go. That sounds good to me.
We want them to be happy, and again, this is their home. We also, of course, have supplements available like Ensure, Boost. Those kind of things. We try to emphasize, though, food first, meaning we want them to eat
actually literally eat the 3 meals.
They're going to get more benefit by actually eating the meals than relying on supplements so much. But we work very hard to make it a pleasant mealtime experience for them.
More Newsleader on 6 is coming up right after this.
All I have to do to think about what I was physically before and what I am now, and I don't ever want to go back to that original situation.
The overall mission of the rehab team is always what is best for the patient and how we can facilitate maximum potential from every resident.
Well, the most important thing to me is that I'm allowed to do whatever I want to do, you know.
Everyday miracles at Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
We're losing it, doctor.
Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation. It's gonna be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Tullahoma, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior Paints. You can be the paint doctor too when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Tullahoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
And welcome back. Tullahoma Police Chief Paul Blackwell stopped by our studios recently and spoke with John Gray about how business owners can improve their crime prevention plan.
Last time when we were together, we talked about school starting back up, and we were going to have a change in traffic flow and traffic congestion and all of that. And just as with traffic, with school beginning, we see some changes in crime prevention, because now a lot of people that may have been home during the summer are now having to tend to school activities, shuttle people to and from school. So when we talk about crime prevention, I usually look at 4 areas. The personal safety, and we usually talk about that starting in about October, November, when the holidays come up, although it should be all the time.
Right.
But ideal time is when the holidays come up. Business crime prevention, residential crime prevention, and then vehicle crime prevention. Mm-hmm. Of course, we can't talk about all those in the amount of time we have, so really what I want to kind of focus on now is our business and residential, and if we get a chance, the vehicle.
Okay.
Businesses, none of us want to be a victim, and I think all of us that have been around for any amount of time have been a victim at some point. We've had something stolen, we've had something vandalized, we've had something happen and nobody admits to it.
Right.
All those are victims, and you know, we don't like it. We don't like being labeled a victim because in some degree that's a weakness, but the reality is probably everybody at some point in their life is going to be victimized in some fashion. But what can we do to help to try to prevent those chances of being a victim?
Right.
Businesses are usually pretty good targets because the simple fact they close down at night. There's nobody there. Traffic on the roads is reduced dramatically during the evening hours. The people out roaming around, there's fewer and fewer people. So businesses kind of become a target at that point.
Right.
So what we encourage all businesses is to do a few things. If you can afford an alarm system, get an alarm system. Make sure that alarm system works. An alarm system that doesn't work is not doing anybody any good. And if it does go off, respond to it. You know, in police work, we sometimes we see criminals practice what they want to do. They may go and, you know, jiggle a door and set an alarm off and then run to see how long does it take the police to respond. How does the business owner come out? You know, several different things. So
being a criminal is a full-time job these days. It takes research to be to be a good criminal.
If you're going to be good, but then you know the jails are full of people that thought they were good criminals. But so make sure your alarm works, and if it goes off, don't become complacent and say, "Oh, we've had all kinds of problems with it, and I'm not going out tonight."
Right.
Because sure as the world, the night you don't go out is the night it was a good alarm.
That'll be the night.
And we sometimes get a business owner that'll say, well, don't tell the police not to go out. We're having problems. You know, don't call the police off.
Right.
One, we're going to go anyway.
Right.
You know, we're going to go. And if you do come out and you happen to get there before the police and you see that your business has been broken into, don't go in. Wait on the police to get there and let us go in and make sure everything's okay. If you can get camera systems,
right?
You know, put cameras on all your doors, on your cash register, on your office area, and again, make sure the cameras work. How many times we've gone somewhere and we see a camera and think, okay, can we get the video? Well, it doesn't work. I just put it up there for show. You go by some of these businesses and you'll see their windows are covered with advertisement. That doesn't do the police officer on patrol any good. You know, if you've got a lot of things covering your window, they can't see in and see what's going on.
Right.
So a lot of businesses that really practice crime prevention will make sure their windows and their doors have very little advertising on them. And again, we encourage, make your nightly deposits. If you're going to put money in your business and keep it overnight, have a good safe that's secured to the building, because some of these criminals will lift the safe up and take the whole safe and work on it later. So make sure it's fastened to your building in some fashion. Our officers that work the night shift, it's not uncommon to escort a business owner to the bank to make their money drop.
Right.
We don't mind doing that. We in fact, we encourage that so that you don't have money left in your business at night. So those are about 4 or 5 basic things that a business can do.
Don't forget to tune into this week's Living Show tonight at 6:30 p.m., Thursday morning at 9 a.m., and Thursday, Friday, and Saturday evening at 6:30 p.m. This week's guests include Tim Hamilton from the Hamilton family to tell us about their upcoming concert at South Jackson Civic Center. The National Tennessee Walking Horse Celebration starts next week in Shelbyville, and we have their CEO, Mike Inman, to tell us what to expect this year at the gathering. All that and more on this week's Living.
Stay with us. We'll be right back back with your weather forecast.
The Kia Summers on Us sales event is going on right now at Russell Barnett Kia of Tullahoma. Let me tell you about this event. Purchase a new Kia Sedona, Kia Optima, Kia Forte and receive 0% financing up to 66 months and your first 3 payments for free. For a limited time only, no strings attached. With America's best warranty, the 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, Kia is the power to surprise. The Kia Summers on Us sales event going on right now. Why buy anywhere else?
Hi, I'm Cindy.
And I'm Jacob. I'm the Rooster.
And I'm the Red Mate. And we would like to welcome you to
Roosterwear.
Yes, Roosterwear is a cottage industry producing accessories for men, women, children, babies, and pets. All items are hand cut and sewn locally. Roosterwear specializes in bow ties, pocket squares, scarves, cufflinks, neckties, and aprons of all sizes for all ages. Baby products include onesies, diaper covers, bibs, and burp pads. All bow ties, tie it yourself or pre-tied, come with an adjustable neckband. All products can be made with the material of your choice, as special orders are available upon request. Don't be standing back looking at fashion. Create your own with Roosterwear.
Come visit us at
roosterandredmaiden.com
to find our handcrafted designs for
the cock of the walk.
An annual event started in 1939 will continue when the World Grand Championship celebration will once again be held in Shelbyville, Tennessee at the Celebration Arena. Each year, people come from all over the world to contend for the coveted honor of being crowned World Grand Champion. From the wonderful flat shod to the exciting performance horse, they will fill the ring with the breed's best of the best. The celebration supports local charities, and this year they are asking everyone to come out and support the largest nonprofit event in Middle Tennessee and the charities that depend on this event to fund their cause. Come out and be a part of a family tradition by showing your support for the annual Walking Horse National Celebration. For ticket and box seat information, call 931-684-5915.
A proven champion in the yearling division, the Camptown Lady moved into open competition, winning the Marion Gilding class at the Tennessee Walking Horse Breeders and Exhibitors Association fraternity. And now she turns to the amateur Marion Gilding division as Susan Coleman sets the saddle to campaign in the amateur 3-year-old Marion Gilding division during the 77th National Celebration. Joanne Dowell asks for your support as the Camptown Lady goes for another World Championship.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this day. Our record high was in 1936 at 99 degrees. The record low was in 1958 at 54 degrees. Average high on this day is 88 and the average low is 66. Tonight, look for showers in your forecast with a low of around 70. Thunderstorms expected on Wednesday with a high of 83 and a low of 70, and those thunderstorms remain in the forecast for Thursday with a high of 78 and a low of 66. And that's our Newsleader report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6, 8, and 10 for Newsleader on 6. You have a great evening.
Have a great evening.